Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby with Fitness is Medicine. And yes, today I'm at the foot of a flight of stairs. So today I'm going to show you how to use a flight of stairs to get a full body workout in. You can do upper body, lower body, balance, abs, the whole 9 yards. So get a good warm up in before you come and join me, press pause, and then come back. We're going to do some upper body first. We're going to start with some push-ups. So the way to do push-ups on a flight of stairs is to you can walk all the way up to your own height and do push-ups just like you were doing them against a countertop or against a wall, and you can choose your own resistance. So I'm going to choose a little bit lower, and you can't see my feet. It's really hard to get all these angles in with my camera today, but my feet are just about 6 inches from the back. The only thing you have to be aware of is if you do have throw rugs around your stairs, make sure you move those out of the way for these exercises. If you have slippery shoes, you may want to do this barefoot. It would be okay to do this barefoot. But I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm 4 stairs up right now. We're going to do 10 push-ups. So remember, you still want your hands directly beneath your shoulders. And this is a good way to do push-ups that is a little bit easier than lowering down to the floor. Also, the nice thing about doing push-ups on the stairs is if you get tired or if you simply can't go anymore, you can just put a knee down and rest. It's not dangerous. You're not going to hurt yourself, especially if you're doing them on a flight of carpeted stairs. If you only have hard stairs, I think it's still okay. Just make sure that your feet aren't going to slip out from underneath you. You want a nice straight line from your heels to the top of your head, still lowering your chest down and not dipping your head as you go down. Okay, good. Push-ups. All right, next we're going to do stairs. So you can do stair climb. So what you could do is set your watch for like a minute or 30 seconds and climb up and down the stairs. So you can go all the way up and then come down. And when you come down, many times this is when people experience knee pain. So really use the support of your banister if you need to. The other thing you can do is use the bottom stair, like for step-ups. I'll come up here so you can see what I'm doing. Like in the gym and like other things that I've shown you where you can use just one stair and go up and down. Especially if you're nervous about climbing a flight of steps, this is a good way to get that stepping motion in without any risk. So if you do have a flight of stairs but you don't use them, this is a good way to start. So you can use that bottom stair. There's usually good banisters on stairways. Go up and down on that one stair. But if you have the ability, go up and down that flight of stairs a few times. It's really good. It gets your heart rate up. It works all the lower body muscles. And you can set it for different distances. You can say, I'm going to go up and down 5 times, or I'm going to go up and down for a minute. Anything that works for you and that you are doing safely. Okay, next we're going to do dips. So I'm going to choose a stair. Generally, if you just go up and down from one step, otherwise you're putting your shoulder at risk. So you really only want to do one step. So you're going to sit on one step, put your hands behind you on the step here, and then we're going to push up. So I'm trying hard not to use my feet. So I'm trying to make my arms do all the work here. So if you press up and press down, and really your feet are going to be there, but you don't want to press off your feet. This is an arm exercise. This is working your triceps back here and your shoulders. So keep your back right next to that step, press up and press down. And if you want to make it a little more difficult, don't quite sit down on that step at the bottom there. Just barely touch and then press back up. And importantly, keep your back right next to this step that you are pressing up on, because that will help not to overextend your shoulders. So go ahead and do those 10 times. Remember, you're leaving your legs out of it. And also keeping your shoulders down. Many times when people start this one in my gym, they want to do this. So you want to bring your shoulders down and press up from there. So doing this from a step is a really good way to start because it's not very much motion and you're not going to fall to the floor. The step is going to catch you if you can't continue to do them. Start with 5, work your way up to 10. All right, next we're going to do calf raises on the step. And what I really like about using steps for calf raises is that you can go, let your heels kind of come below the stair and then come all the way up. So you get a really full range of motion for those calf raises. Let them come down below the stair and then all the way up. And the key to this exercise is going slowly. Again, you can use the banister for support. You want to go all the way down. Make sure that your toes, the balls of your feet are on the step firmly so that you don't slip off the back. But again, you can use those banisters on either side to give you that support that you need. You want to go up as high as you can on those toes like you're trying to see over someone in front of you, like you're a little kid trying to see something in front of, a taller person in front of you. And then you're in a perfect position for a calf stretch. So one good way is to do it with one foot at a time. So I'm going to put one foot firmly on the step and then stretch one foot. That gives you a little more support than just hanging both off. You can do it that way, but if you have any heel or Achilles issues, don't do both at the same time. This is also a really good stretch if you are suffering from plantar fasciitis. So right now I'm doing a straight knee. Notice that my knee here is straight. That's getting my gastroc here, the big muscle that you see in the back of your leg. And then after you do each of those for 30 seconds, you can do one bent knee. So you will feel it a little bit differently. It still stretches through your soleus, and this is still really good if you do suffer from heel pain or plantar fasciitis. But bending that knee gets the muscle underneath. So this big muscle here is your gastroc. The muscle underneath is your soleus, and it connects below your knee. So when you go to stretch that, you need to have your knee bent. So you can decide, however works easiest, but bend that knee, and you're going to feel it stretch a little bit differently, stretching through those Achilles. All right, and remember, start gently, and then you can move it up a little bit if you need a little more intensity. Okay, next we're going to do standing hip abduction, AB, abduction, so pulling that hip away from you, which we've done many times in my videos, but what I like about using stairs for this, I'm going to stand up so you can see where my feet are. I'll start here. Is you've got this range of motion here without being stuck on the carpet. So many times when we do this in my gym, I'll have somebody stand on a pad or a little bit of an elevated surface so that you have range of motion to move that leg without having to feel like you have to hitch it up a little bit. Especially if you're doing these on carpet, it can be hard to move that leg in that range of motion without kind of catching it on carpet. I still want this hip up nice and strong. You're not allowed to sag it here just because you have that range of motion. Keep this hip up nice and strong and just pull that leg out to the side. This isn't a very big movement. And you'll notice I'm keeping my toe straight forward and almost turned in just a little bit to really emphasize those glutes. So you don't want to let it turn out like this, which is a really big tendency because our hips and our quads, our hip flexors and our quads want to take over because they're stronger. All right, so now on this side, I'm going to move forward here so you can see. I just want to make sure you can see my feet here. So I'm turning my toe in just a little bit, keeping this hip up nice and tall. And like I said, it's not a very big movement. If you feel like you're way out here and you have to kind of tip over, you're moving too far. It's not really a very big movement. I'm only moving about maybe 18 inches or so out to the side, just really contracting these glutes and making them work. All right, good. And let's see, the next thing we're going to do is a balance exercise. So the great thing about a flight of stairs is that there's usually a sturdy banister. So you can stand, I'm gonna stand at the foot of the stairs. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna stand on one foot. So I'm gonna stand up here just so you can see me, but if you're doing this at home, stand at the bottom of your flight of stairs so that you don't, if you do lose your balance, you're not gonna fall down the stairs. You wanna stand at the very bottom where there's no chance of falling in. And also if you fall into the stairs like this, it's not as big of a consequence. So you don't wanna stand at the top of the flight of the stairs and do balance, or even a few stairs up. So I'm gonna have you stand on one foot. So I'm gonna bring my knee up. I'm gonna stand on one foot. My banister is here for support if I need it. And I'm just gonna stand on that one foot. Now, if you need a little more challenge than just standing on one foot, what you can do is rock a little bit back and forth from your toes to your heels, from your toes to your heel. Not really all the way up and down on your toe and heel, but just rocking and shifting your weight. So if you think about spreading your toes in your shoes, or if you're doing this barefoot, that's another great way to do it. I'm spreading my toes and I'm rocking and putting my weight just forward and backward on my foot. I'm not lifting up my heel and my toe. And then you can also go side to side. So I'm just rocking my foot this way. I'm going to show you up here. I don't have enough camera space. So I'm just rocking this way and this way, just a little bit, so that I can give my feet and ankles that strength that they need. And you can even try that if you want to try it hanging on, just moving back and forth kind of, and you're going to feel that all the way up your leg, especially since we just did that hip exercise. All right, now I'm going to switch, so we'll turn around so that I can hang on, and I'll just face this way. I'm lifting up one foot anyway, standing on one foot, rocking my weight forward and back. If that's too much, just stand, because you're probably rocking a little bit anyway in order to balance. So the goal is to do each for about 30 seconds. And you can do any balance exercises at the foot of a flight of stairs. It's actually a really great place to do them. A kitchen counter, a kitchen sink, a sturdy banister. They're all great places to do these balance exercises. All right, good. Now we're going to end with some abs on the stairs. So you can sit on the edge of a chair, on the edge of a stair. I'm up on the third stair here and my feet are down at the bottom. We can lean back and come forward. So you just lean back until your back touches the next stair up. And again, do this at the bottom so your feet are on the floor, not on one of the steps. So my feet are on the floor and I am on the third step up. And I'm just going to lean back until my back touches that next stair up and then come up. Now to make this a little more challenging, I'm not going to come all the way up. So it's not a very big range of motion, but it's just engaging that core and keeping it engaged as I kind of oscillate from the stair to here. I don't want to come all the way up because then that disengages everything. So the other way you can make it harder is put your hands here or even above your head, and that just lengthens that lever and makes those abs have to work even harder. So I'm not moving more than probably 2 or 3 inches here, but it's really targeting my abs here and making them have to engage and hold me going back and forth here. So you're just barely touching the stair and then coming all the way almost up, but not quite all the way. Remember, you can put your hands here to make it the easiest. Bring them here behind your head and then up over your head to challenge different lengths and give yourself some different levers to work with. All right, find a flight of stairs and get working. All right, keep moving everybody. Enjoy your week. I'll see you next time.